Good morning and happy Tuesday, everybody. Come on in, and I'm going to do just a little bit of housekeeping here and see if I can get myself up. It sounds so weird. That's like Facebook talk, right? Who says that? Give me just a second. There I am, okay. Hang on. Okay, come on in. Hey Cheryl, good to see you here. I'm still not, let me go back to the other account. That's what happens when you have different pages. There I am. All right, I can see now. Can't see comments. Say hello when you come in. I would love you to let me know. If this is your first time watching, I'm Mara LaFay with Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara, owner, creator, and designer of Diva Design Stencils. And today we're going to be doing a fun fall project. Hey Linda and Cheryl, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're joining me, you guys. I'm here in my home away from home in Las Vegas. And I went to see my mom yesterday. She had a great day. A lot of you were asking me about her. And I posted a picture on, I can't seem to fix my bangs today. I can't seem to, hey Linda, how are you? All right, let me see. I can see comments. There's my Robin. How are you, sweetheart? I know one of my gals, I actually put the wrong time on my, on the main page. I was like, meet me here at 9. I'm like, it's supposed to be 10 o'clock. I tell you what, my days get twisted when I get here. Those of you, if you don't know, my mom is here in a memory care facility. So I come probably once every 6 weeks. Although this time it was more like 8 weeks, just because we had our art retreat just recently in San Diego. I do have a brick and mortar in Fallbrook, California, San Diego County, and I am here in Vegas probably every 6 weeks. So welcome, come on in to my segment on Craft on the Clock. I'm so glad that you're joining me today. We're going to be doing a fun project today. There's Tracy. Hi, sweet friend. How are you? We're doing a fun project because, you know what? Christmas will be here before you know it. And although I'm kind of into getting a jump start on Christmas, there are times where, like, you don't want to leave fall behind either because, you know, fall crafting is kind of fun as well. So I thought for the next 2 weeks, I try to pick projects that are a little bit easier that because when I come here, I have to pack everything up and I have to know what I'm doing. And how many of you know, as creators, we often change our mind. And even yesterday, I was like, gosh, I wish I had something else. But this is what it is. So for the next 2 weeks, we're actually going to be doing fall. So I have 2 of these pumpkin shapes. We're going to do them completely different. Hi, Sandy. We're going to do them completely different between this week and next week's. So today we're going to be working with, like I said, this is at Hobby Lobby right now, and I'm pretty sure by now it's 50% or more off, okay? And I painted this in a DIY color. I want to say it was Old 57. The one we do next week is going to be in black. These are super inexpensive. You can layer them. You can add them to your wall. It does have a little hole here if you wanted to hang them on your door. It's just an easy, fun project that we're going to get done easily in the next 45 minutes. So we're starting with, we've done a coat of paint. I added a top coat on here. I believe we're going to probably start with this IOD transfer. If you haven't seen this one, this is the beautiful Cosette. This is the Cosette transfer, and it's 8 pages. And although you can create this larger image if you're doing it for wall art or if you're doing it maybe on a piece of furniture, but very often, my furniture days are kind of gone. So I've been using it in different ways, and I gotta say, I just love it. I love a good black and white print. Hey Charlotte, good morning. Deb, Linda. So we're gonna cut this up, and we're gonna go ahead and apply this. And let's see. So they do kind of all match together, but I know some of this is not going to fit on the edges, so we have to adjust. So I think I'm going to cut this off here. Sorry guys. I normally normally I'm creating from our studio, but when we're here, you know, we pack up the car like the Beverly Hillbillies. And maybe I'll close that door. I think I have an Amazon package. Hi Pat, happy Tuesday. You guys, I would love for you to follow our Diva Designs page if you are not following. Hey Laura, how do you know if you're following? Sometimes Facebook unfollows accounts, right? Tap the screen. If it gives you an opportunity to follow, you're not following. So we're going to be cutting off sections and we're going to be adding them back in. I'm sorry about those dogs. I'm sorry about those dogs. So that's going to go there, that's going to go there, and I think I'm going to cut this off here, and I think I'm going to cut this here. So don't be afraid to cut up your transfers. It's actually one of my favorite things to do because you can create so many new designs. I'm going to cut that right there. And then add in. Transfers do need to go on a top-coated surface. I've been an IOD retailer for about 6 years. Your Chloe's marking too. Sorry, guys. So we're going to start with this, and we're going to. Can you guys all see that? Okay. We're going to set this. Oh, hold on. How is that working? Did I mess something up? That came from here. Oh, I totally messed that up. That goes there and this goes. Should I cut the same? Hang on. I'm getting a little confused here. Alright, that actually came from here, but oh, it goes this way. I'm like, something ain't right. Something ain't right. Something happened in here. You're new? Hi, Lisa. Welcome. Thank you so much for sprinkling, Robbie. Lisa, I love how you spell your name. All right, so now I'm back on track. Did you see the look of brr on my face for a minute? Oh, my goodness. Goodness gracious. I'm going to lift that up just a little bit. We're going to just go ahead and set this down. Oh, my gosh. Too funny. Alright, so this part is going to go relatively easy. And we'll add in those bits and pieces. I love black and white and pops of color, don't you? So Fridays we're on our main page, Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara. Tuesdays we're going to be here with our Craft Round the Clock segment. If you're not part of that Craft Round the Clock group, it is literally 24/7 crafting. I do have it at the top in my description. You can go ahead after me and really, literally all day, follow the next presenter. I didn't check this morning to see who it is, but we've just added some new creators to the lineup, and it's just a wonderful community. So we're going to get these down. I think I'm expecting an Amazon package today. Normally the dogs are not here. Brenda, I got it at Hobby Lobby. Hi, sweet Denise. I got it at Hobby Lobby just recently, and they're on sale. They're on sale, and they're literally about $3 a piece. Really, they're so cheap. Like when I picked them up, I bought a handful of them because there's so many different ways that you can style this pumpkin. And I love mixing stencils and transfers. So this is the Cosette transfer. There is a link pinned at the bottom. You'll see the little link there. Or vintageretailtherapy.com is where you can find the transfers. We have a full DIY studio. missed a little piece right there. Oh, perfect. Love that together. Isn't that pretty? Hi, Freda. Good to see you here. There's my Louise. Louise, I don't know if you got the memo. Our Kansas class. All right, so these should match right in there together. Kind of like a puzzle piece. Right there. And then we'll add in our words. We'll add in some stencils. I was on the fence about what stencils to use, so I thought maybe you guys can help me decide. I have a few that I pulled out. Just cut this extra piece off here. Down here. No, because then I'm going to have to put it all over. Let's just do that. Isn't the black pretty on that blue? Thank you so much, Anna, for sprinkling. Oops. So after my segment today, I don't know where he is, to be honest with you, Brenda. He's here with me. We're just, oh, you know what? He's taking a shower. After this, we're heading over to feed Mom lunch. So he's getting ready. And that's probably why he didn't stop the dogs from barking. Hey, Mac. Good to see you guys here. Thank you so much. Shout out to my home and lifestyle ladies. My private group ladies, I gotta tell you, they are the best. They're so supportive, and it doesn't matter what page I'm jumping around on. You guys show up, and I so appreciate you more than you know. Later today in group, I will show you all my goodies that I got. I went thrifting yesterday, so Mondays here in Vegas at the Goodwill is dollar days. Can you believe that? Dollar days. So everything, now of course, you know, they're not going to just hand you everything for $1. They're going to make you work for it. So certain color tags are $1. So yesterday they were blue. It was the blue color tags yesterday. So of course there's a line going out the door like they were giving stuff away. And this says they open at 9, and I was there probably about 10 minutes. There must have been 20 people in line. Hey, Stephanie. 20 people in line, right? Everybody's like, oh my gosh. So we get in, and you have to find the blue tags, because the blue tags are the ones that are $1. Now, things are pretty cheap. I did actually buy 2 things that didn't have blue tags on them, but I got a ton of stuff, and I only spent $29. Can you believe that? It's just like, score. I love dollar days. So every Monday they do that, and it's a different color tag every Monday. All right. So now I have the rest of this that we're going to cut up. And let's see. I could add that here. I can add that right there, which I think I will, because I think that looks great there. But I think before we do that, I think we're going to get our stencil on first. So here's my dilemma. I was thinking about putting the aviary stencil in there. This is a layered stencil. If you've never used a layered stencil before, you're going to be in for a treat because they're super easy. I designed these two, actually I designed all the stencils, but I designed this one specifically so we have like a regular bird, and then we have like this flying swallow. So basically you're matching them up. There is, there's no registration mark on this one, but it's very easy to see. So we're going to do the first layer, and then we're going to add the shadows in there. So do I need to tape this off? Let me grab a piece of tape just in case. Hi, Laurel. I didn't see you pop in. Good morning, Jackie. Good to see my CRTC sisters here. All right, so this is called Avian or Aviary. I never remember the name of my own stencils. I used to remember when there was only 2 or 3 of them, but now we have over 30 stencils in our line. And I'm always, when I'm in Vegas, is usually the place where I work on stencil design. So I'm always working on something when I'm here. Tell me in the comments, what would you like to see in the next round? Is that my Nora? Hi, Nora. All right, so let's get, I mixed a custom color, and I think I may add to it. I didn't really want it in black, but I think I want it a little bit lighter. So I'm just mixing black and gray, almost to get like a deep charcoal color. And I think I want it a little bit lighter than that. Maybe a little more. Whoops. So the same color that I used for my bird, I'm going to also use for my stencil. I think that's about right. Maybe a little more in Chubito Mas. Hi, Jane. If you're new, please say hello. We would love to welcome you. Just mixing black and gray. I don't have all my paint colors here when I travel. It's just really hard to know what I'm going to use. So I do have here a set of a bunch of different little crafty type paints. A large crown. Okay, Robbie. How big? Are you talking like A4 size or 12 by 12? I love a good crown. Yeah, that's a. You don't have to tell me twice on the crown idea. All right, so now I think that's going to be a really good color. Let's offload a little bit of paint. And we're just going to I have not used this stencil in a while, and I gotta tell you, the last time I used it, I want to say I used it on a flannel, and it was just adorable. So I will tell you a funny story. When I first created this stencil, I sent it, so normally I send it in, and then they send me a proof back, and it's a guy who helps me, right? 12 by 12, all sizes. It's a guy, right, who helps me, who I work with. And, you know, sometimes they don't always, I hate to say they don't always listen, but they don't always get what you're trying to say, right? It's just a different mindset. So I sent him the design, and I give him the dimensions that I want. And they always, thank goodness, they always send me a sample. And then I have to approve it or make changes or however it goes, right? Bring my dryer? I didn't. That will dry quick. Then I have to approve it. Well, he sends me the bird. The bird is great, but it's one giant bird, like on a 12 by 12, a giant bird. And I thought, what in the heck am I going to do with this giant bird? I'm like, the design is great. Scale it down. Scale it down. So I wound up creating 2 birds. And we put them on one stencil, and I just think this is a better scale. But I will say I did use that giant bird in our firm bars, right? Totally. Hi, Regine. All right, so. You're always better off to do 2 coats, 2 light coats rather than 1 heavy coat. All right. Going to take a minute for that to dry, so let's just let that dry a second, and we'll get think this piece here would be really cute. But yeah, I was just like, come on. Like, if I didn't have to, if it wasn't enough to have to deal with that at home, right? Like I always say, men have male refrigerator blindness. But this guy just was not getting it. Just wasn't getting it. Making no sense. Oh, you know what? There's a piece here that has a floral that I might like that better. Let's cut that out and play around with those and see. And then we may or may not add those words back. Let's see. There's my girl Nicole. Hi, babes. Yeah, I like that floral better. I am going to cut this piece out right here. Yep. Yeah, right there. Right there. I don't know, maybe I won't use the words. Maybe I'll save the words for something else. Pick that up. Are you liking this so far? I love the combination of that dark against the light. And this is, I don't know, to me this is such a happy color. You love the black and white, Patricia? I do too. I love a good black and white. I've been a sucker for black and white for probably, I don't know, 15 years. My home has been black and white forever. I just change out the accent colors. I'm going to cut the stem out just a little bit. I change out the accent colors probably every 3 or 4 years. My staple is black and white. I always said I would love to have hi Maureen, how are you? I'm so glad you're popping in. I would love to have like a black and white check floor. Like sometimes you see it like in the old restaurants, right? In the vintage buildings and stuff. Oh, I think it's so beautiful. I just don't know if it would like make me dizzy having to look at it. Can you imagine cleaning that floor and having to look at that? Maybe, I don't know. It might make you cuckoo bananas. Who knows? But I think it's beautiful. And I always wanted black cabinets too. Maybe my next house. Does anybody have black cabinets? Are they hard to keep clean? It seems to me that you may get like finger marks on them. I've had white cabinets, and believe it or not, those are easy to clean. This is, Cindy, this is called Cossette. This is the Cossette transfer. It's 4 pages. It's 4 pages, but I use them individually. There's a lot of meat in there, and I'm definitely one that loves to cut up my transfers. Maybe a layered sunflower. Oh, we have a layered sunflower, Jackie. We're talking about ideas for the next stencil. There is a layered sunflower. It's actually got 3 layers, and even the leaves are layered. Let's see. I think this right here would be pretty. All right, so this looks like half a flower. So let's take that out. And let's put that here. We're waiting for that to dry so we can do the next layer. And I think, let's see, do we want to add a little bit here? Maybe this one. Maybe this right here. I know I love black and white. And I love, this is one of my favorite transfers. I don't use it that often because honestly, I kind of forget. I forget about it. There's so many transfers that are great. I always like to cut those stems so that they look like they're coming from underneath and not on top of the other flower. Because in nature, right, things are never just even. There's always things that are layered. Alright, I like that. You know, I could add more, but I don't know that I need to. Let's save some room for the stencils. I could add another one here and go up that way. That might be pretty. Why don't we add our stencils and see? Let's do our next layer on the aviary. So now we've done this layer first. Words on the left side will fill that space. Well, I actually have another stencil, and the words, I might save the words for another project. Or maybe I'll put them at the top. Let's see. We're gonna, good morning, Jean. We're gonna figure this out a little at a time together. All right, so now I've done this in one color. Good morning, Kay. And now I'm just gonna line that up right on top of it. Just like that. And I think we're gonna use this color, which is a little bit lighter. Let's see if it shows up. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see, you guys. Like I said, I just picked my colors out this morning. Yeah, I think that'll be good. Work that paint into your stencils and then offload, offload, offload. And then just... I could do gold as well. I don't know that you're going to see it on this darker, but let's see. We'll see, we'll see. So this is the aviary stencil. Yeah, the bird is a good size. It's super versatile. I don't use it that often as I should. Good morning to all our newbies. I'm so glad you're joining me. Please, I would love and appreciate if you guys would share this out. Also, make sure you're following the Diva Designs page. There is a link at the bottom if you'd like to get the transfers. I don't think we have any of our retailers on here, but you can also find all the stencils. There are over 30 designs under the Diva Designs category. Patricia, you've never done a layered stencil? Oh, it's so fun. And it's so easy. We have a layered sunflower. We have the layered birds. We have a layered cardinal. We also have a layered, what else? What else is layered? I want to say there's one more. Oh, there's a layered rose on this one. This one is beautiful. Look at that. So here's the layered rose, and then this is what you put on top of it. You just check your notifications for this page, and you've had to re-click all light of... Yes, I'm telling you, Facebook unfollows pages all the time. So you may think you're following, and a lot of the times, you're not. I think I need another coat. Yes, pine cone. Thank you, Brenda. We have a layered pine cone that is really just kind of fabulous. All right, I need just a little bit more paint on that, but wait until you see how fascinating that's going to look. It's going to be like, there is. Thank you, Mac. I totally forgot about the layered pine cone. There is. All right, that's still a little wet, and I didn't pull my dryer out, so I am going to... let that dry a little bit. We still have time. Do a layered fleur-de-lis. We could do a layered fleur-de-lis. You know, if you've ever seen me do a shadow effect, the fleur-de-lis is a great one to do a shadow effect on. There is a video here on this page where I actually took the it came from the newest collection. It's called Bohemian Borders, and I did a box. and I did a shadow effect, and I did it in black, and I want to say kind of like a Tiffany blue with a little bit of gold. Oh, and it came out fabulous. Really came out pretty, if I do say so myself. I'm going to get just a little bit more paint here. Just a little bit more. So I want to do a second coat on that just to brighten them up a little bit, because I am going over black. So. The layered pine cone is really fun. Wait till you see this though. You ready? You ready? Ooh. Ah, come on, say it with me. Ah, so good. That's so good, you guys. Look at that. Isn't that fun? Why am I not doing furniture anymore? I love doing furniture, and I actually started out as a furniture artist. But here's the deal. When I was doing furniture, we had our big shop. We had 1,800 square feet, so we had a lot of room for it. I was a little bit younger then, and now we're down to, our studio is 800 square feet. There's just no room for it. And I don't have my booths anymore. There's just no room for it. Isn't that fabulous? Smash me up some hearts if you like that, right? Oh, there's the hearts. I love that. Thank you so much. All right, now we need more. So we're going to probably go in, and I'm sorry this is dirty. I was so smart. I wrote the name on this one. This is called Distressed Backgrounds. I don't have layered butterfly, but that would be a good one. Hi, Michelle. Distressed Backgrounds. And I think we're going to add some crackle onto here. And then we're going to see. So this stencil actually was a remake, and I might use the other one because it's a bigger scale. So let's get our dark brush. Hey, Sister Kathy, I didn't see you pop on. And we'll get our mixed color. And we'll offload. And I'm okay if it is not the same intensity of color all over. Let's just do a little swirly. Sometimes that pounding annoys me. Judy, welcome everybody. I'm so glad you're joining me today. Let's see. Yeah, it's good. I'm like it. Ah, my gosh. Yeah, a lot of people are complaining how Facebook is unfollowing certain accounts. Because, you know, things are always better with a little bit of crackle. I don't have a layered heart, but I like that idea. Let's add a little bit in here. Maybe some. So my paint is getting lighter and lighter as I keep offloading on my board. And I'm really, like I said, I'm okay if the intensity isn't the same all over. think I just shifted my stencil. Because, you know, if you don't tape it down, shift happens. It does. I'm not going to lie. Let's add some here. What do you guys think of the crackle? It's kind of fun, right? And I still have not added any more paint to my brush. I keep shifting it though. Love it. Robin, I mixed a gray and a black together. I mixed gray and a black together because I didn't really want it black, and I knew I wanted it a little bit darker than gray. All right, so I'm pretty happy with this. Oops, I stuck my finger in there. Let's see, what else do we add? Let's revisit that flower that we had. That might look good right here now. Isn't that crackle fabulous? Just when you need a little something, something extra. And we're going to add that back here. Of course, I lost my transfer stick. There it is. I swear they should paint these neon pink. Thank you, Anita. Yes, right down here. It's either that or I may add something else. But it does need something right there. Let's see, do we add the words? Let's see what we have left. I have this little chapito over here. Let's see if maybe we can add that. How about right here? Words. I think we're good without the words now. But let's just take a look at them anyway. Let's see. Oh, I have another flower here. Do I add that somewhere? No, I think we're flowered out. Unless, ooh, I could add it right there. That's a good spot for it. And I think that may be okay if we don't have the words. Changing my mind as we speak. I think I'll put it here instead. So don't be afraid to cut up your transfers. Don't be afraid to mix and match your stencils. And don't be afraid to use a layered stencil because they make such an impact. I remember doing this one time in gray and in blue, and it was just beautiful. All right, let's revisit those words. I say probably not on the words, only because there's not a whole lot of room. I'm saying no. calling it. I'm calling it no words, but I wouldn't mind seeing a little something here. So maybe we can, I kind of like this little Paris stencil up here. Or, hold on, let's think. How about this one? Hello, sir. Are you going to take the dogs for a walk before
Yes.
we go? What do you think?
Oh, it looks nice.
You like that?
Yeah.
Thank you,
Oh,
babe.
wow. Very cool.
Yeah, I got to have a little crackle down here.
Little crackle.
A little crackle.
Yeah, little crackle.
You little crackle, you. Oh, I do like this Paris
still
up
online?
there. I am still online.
Oh, sorry.
I think maybe this.
How much?
I probably have about another 10 minutes.
Okay.
Perfect timing, and then we can go feed Mama. I do like this. A velvet bow in gray. That would be pretty, but I feel like we need something here. Maybe. Oh, that looks good right there. Do I do all of that? Let's see, do I do all of that? No. Let's try it. Let's try it. What's the worst that can happen? I can paint over it, right? No big whoop. Just don't be afraid to try stuff. Problem is that this is, it's not straight, so let's just do it anyway. Let's just do it anyway. I hope it looks good. If not, I'm not going to worry about it. Alright, let's see. What do you think? Yay or nay? I don't know. Let's see. Oh, I like it. I like it. It's just a little something something there. Yes, you can, Cindy. It is called, it's a dual one. It's called Distressed Backgrounds. Distressed Backgrounds. So it added just a little bit on there. I think it needs a little bit embellishment. Thank you, Anna. We need some crackle down here too. Whoops, I shifted. Alright, now, I want to add a little bit of depth to my edges, so I think I'm going to take my ink, thank you, Jenny. Thank you, Irma. I think I'm going to take my ink pad in stone gray and just kind of shade these edges just a little bit, and then we'll do a recap. I think we timed it just right with this project. So I started with a Hobby Lobby pumpkin, and I'm pretty sure it was 50% off when I bought it. Now, because they've got Christmas at 50% off, I bet this is probably 60 or 75% off. And we're gonna do another one next week, but it's gonna be completely different. I probably will add a little bit of silver on there, or maybe a white. Oh, maybe a white shadow on there would be good, just to pop it. I have a little piece of transfer here. We painted in DIY Old 57 color paint is our base. DIY is a clay-based paint. It is all natural. There's only 9 ingredients. If your dog eats it or your kid licks it, you don't have to call poison control. Gold around the edge would be pretty. You're right, Mary. You're right. Gold would be pretty. Then we went in with a top coat. So transfers always need a base. So we went in with a top coat, made sure it was completely dry. And then we used our Cosette transfer. Thank you, Cindy, for your order. It will probably go out today. I saw that just coming in. There is a link at the bottom if you want to order any of the stencils or the transfer. So the Cosette transfer we cut up. It is 8 pages, and we've cut, and there's still so much meat in there. Look at that. And we really just use that. And believe it or not, you can use the entire transfer separately. It does not have to go all together, contrary to what you may think. So a lot of people are afraid of the bigger transfers because they don't think they have anything big to put them on, but you'd be surprised. Okay, then we went in with the Cosette transfer, and then from there we used the aviary stencil right here. This one is Baroque Corners. This is Baroque Corners, and this is the one that also has the layered rose. This is a beautiful layered. If you've not used layered transfer, does Deb's work as a bonding primer? No, the DIY is not a bonding primer. It's a top coat. There's the aviary stencil, and then the distressed background stencil here is the Crackle, and the Baroque Corners right there. And that's it, you guys. Super easy, super fast. I will be with you right here next week, same time. Private group ladies, I'll see you later today, and then we'll be on my main page, Vintage Retail Therapy by Mara, on Fridays at 4. Welcome to all our newbies. I'm so glad that you spent some time with us today, and I hope you come back again. Ciao for now. God bless you guys.